Hello, you're watching Hornbill TV's On Live Bulletin. If you've watched the movie Lagan, the theme was basically the wait for rain for the farmers. But if you think of monsoons, especially in the northeast, the anticipation is not that sweet for the people of the northeast. With the monsoons bringing smiles to millions of farmers, there are tears for the people of the northeast, and in particular, Tripura. The India Meteorological Department brought down the heavy rainfall warning to an orange alert today. The weather agency had issued a red alert in Tripura on August 21st, and the authorities announced the two-day closure of schools after heavy showers inundated several regions, including the capital Agartala. NDRF personnel were called in after Tripura Chief Minister Manik Saha appealed to the Union Home Minister Amit Shah for assistance in rescue efforts. Residents from flood-affected Baldakhal village were escorted to safe places by the NDRF personnel. Additionally, the Belonia region located in the South Tripura district witnessed severe devastation due to floods. And now to get the freshest update as to what the ground situation in Tripura is actually like, we've got our correspondent Mrinal, who will be joining us at Hornbill TV's On Live Bulletin, and we will speak to him more as to what the situation is actually like on the ground. First of all, good morning, Mrinal. Thank you so much for joining us on Hornbill TV. Mrinal, what is the case of devastation that has gone through Tripura? I mean, we've heard from neighboring Assam that the floods have really affected them. Manipur's Thubal district is literally flooded because of the incessant rains. Is the situation as similar to Thubal or Assam or even Nagaland in Tripura?
Actually, in Tripura, the situation is that in South Tripura district, 5 districts are mostly affected here. South Tripura, Gomti, West Tripura, Agala and Kwai. In these 5 regions, a lot of rainfall has been reported. Even in South Tripura district, it was a record rainfall of 375 millimeters, which was recorded on 28th August.
Yes.
And the rainfall is continuing. So, because of the continuing rainfall, most of the rivers which are overflowing, and the river banks are flooded. And people who are living in the river banks are being shifted to relief centers, which has been opened by the government of Tripura. So far, as per the government data, more than 330 relief centers have been opened in all the 5 districts, including few in other districts as well. And the number of people who have taken shelter in the relief camp is more than 34,000. So you can imagine the level of devastation that has been caused by the floods, and how people have to, leave there, have been rendered homeless completely. Yes. Because of the flood water going down to entering their houses and residential areas. In South Tripura district for particular, it was one of the districts that has seen such a flood after a very long time.
Yes.
In last 20-30 years, I have spoken to some people of South Tripura district and the people from administration as well. They have also confirmed that in the last 20-30 years, there was no such floods in South Tripura district. So people were not even prepared for that devastation. In West Tripura, you can see that some areas are flood-prone areas which have been, which are marked, and almost every monsoon these areas receive floods. So this is how the things are going on. So in those areas, the people are kind of prepared to tackle the flood. But in the new areas that have been flooded this year, those areas, people were not even aware how to be, prepared for such a condition. So this is why the devastation is, the destruction of the flood is high this time.
All right. So, Mrinal, if you look at it, you had sent us a clip of Tripura Chief Minister Dr. Manik Saha having a telephonic conversation with Union Home Minister Amit Shah asking for assistance due to the devastation that was caused due to incessant rains. So, at the moment, do you see the NDRF and the SDRF personnel on the ground, and do you see that the administration has taken all its efforts to divert the situation so that people don't suffer?
Actually, yesterday one NDRF team already reached Tripura from Silchar.
which was posted in Silchar in Assam's lower Assam.
Yes.
Yesterday we got the information from the Chief Minister that only 4 teams are coming from Arunachal. But today, this morning, the Chief Minister has shared another update in his social media handles.
Okay.
So he said that he has again spoken to Union Home Minister Amit Shah. He has updated him the situation, what is prevailing here, and now 7 NDRF teams are coming. 30 NDRF teams have been sent to Unakoti district, Kailashahar, a bordering area in Unakoti district. So yes, NDRF has reached, but more NDRF troopers are required to address the situation. And if you say about SDRF, I mean all the administration, you say, be it Agartala Municipal Corporation, be it district administration, be it subdivisional division, be it block level, each the whole administrative machinery is working relentlessly. Many people in many areas, in the most flood affected areas, the district ministers had passed orders to the government employees, asking them not to leave the stations. So yes, definitely administration is working, and the chief minister himself is monitoring the situation from ground zero. Yesterday night he had visited some of the relief camps near Agartala. He had assured the people that you don't have to worry, we will be providing everything that you need, and medical camps will be conducted today. So far I know very soon doctors will go to the medical camps, relief camps from different hospitals to check whether the hygiene and health conditions are being maintained or not. So this is the latest update what we have so far collected from the ground.
All right, Mrinal, you were just speaking about the different, or rather the different districts that have been affected due to the incessant rains and that have created flood-like situations, due to which people have migrated to relief camps, they have left their homes. But one of the surprising things is that the capital of Tripura, Agartala, also seems to be going through the same situation. Well, we've heard about past reports of floods in Tripura, but that rarely used to affect Agartala. So this time around, what's different that even Agartala is affected? Because if you look at the previous data, the data shows that Sipai Jala, Unakoti districts, they were always, and especially Gomti, because of river Gomti's rising water levels, they have always been affected due to the monsoons. But this time, even Agartala has been affected. What could be some of the reasons even the capital has been affected?
Yeah, Agartala is not frequently affected by large scale floods, but waterlogging is an issue in Agartala city. Even in 2 or 3 hours of rain, you will see water getting accumulated in the streets. So what happened this time? This time the Haura river, which is flowing downstream, adjacent to Agartala city, the water levels have increased significantly because of the rains in the Khwai district in the hilly areas. So the rainwater is coming downstream through the river. So this is why the water that is accumulated in Agartala city could not finding way to go out. Because the whatever the water is accumulated in the Agartala city for some rains, it used to be discharged or pumped out through the river. But this time the river water is significantly high, which is why the floods. The flood situation has worsened this time.
All right, Mrinal, you were also speaking of how the administration has made around 330 plus relief camps, and also around 34,000 people, or approximately around 34,000 people, are now living in relief camps. Have you been able to visit any of the relief camps, and what is the condition like in those relief camps?
Actually, relief camps, most of us are stuck in the houses because of the floods.
Yes.
And the ways, if you want to visit a relief camp, you have to I mean, pass through an area which is completely flooded.
Yes.
So if the water levels recede, so we have been planning to visit some of the relief camps, but so far the videos and photographs we have received from the chief minister's group and other administrative officials, the situation is good. And in government schools which have almost all the basic facilities are being converted into relief camps. So people are getting all kinds of benefits there. There are social organizations which are providing food. The administration is also providing them food and basic facilities. So the situation is not that bad in the relief camps.
All right, Mrinal, we are also getting reports that the death toll in Tripura due to the floods has increased to 10. So, is this an official death count, and has the Tripura State Disaster Management Authority given out any bulletins to signify that these many people are affected and these many people have lost their lives due to the current situation?
So far, as far as the fatalities are concerned, 10 people have lost their lives.
Okay.
It is confirmed by the Disaster Management Authority. Most of the deaths have occurred due to landslides. One or two people might have died because of drowning. So landslides is a new phenomenon in Tripura, I would say, because we have seen in Shantir Bazar area, three persons of a family died because of a deadly landslide.
Yes.
In Shunamura in Sipaijola district, an elderly lady died. Even in a brew camp, which has been where the newly resettled brew migrants, displaced brews have been given a permanent settlement in Korbuk area of Gomati district.
Yes.
An elderly lady died due to this landslide. So frequent landslides have been happening because of the incessant rains, and this is what the reason behind the deaths. Otherwise, if you see the cases of drowning are very less, because wherever the water level is rising, it is not above the the human height, the normal human height. But drowning cases are less. But in most of the cases, landslides are becoming the reason of deaths. So this is a thing which I think the the administration needs to address with why such a large number of landslides are happening in Tripura. That is a very concerning. I mean, this should be a concern for the administration.
All right, Mrinal, now looking at a very different aspect, Tripura just concluded its three-tier panchayat elections. Well, you had the municipal corporation elections too. You've got the general state elections too. Well, do you think that the administration could have done better? Because if you look, if you have seen if we have to go back to history, the monsoon seasons always bring some kind of despair to the people of Northeast and especially to the people of Tripura. So now that all three tiers of the elected, or rather democratically elected bodies are now there, do you feel that the administration could do better to tackle floods, or what do you feel is the main issue as to why the administration cannot do so much so as to prevent such incidents?
See, prevention of such incidents needs very careful study of the and surveys of the incidents that happened, and there should be experts incorporated in the teams to understand why such incidents are happening. But in terms of doing for the people, I have seen in the stringers of other districts, they have also sent videos that the newly elected people who have been who won in Zilla Parishads and Panchayat Shamitis and Gram Panchayats, they are relentlessly working for the people, and they have been going house to house. They are visiting door to door for collecting information, shifting people to safer places. So yes, administration, if you say what is the administration working for the people, is the newly elected people, the newly elected members of the three-tier panchayats, they are working for the people who are in distress? Yes, obviously they are working and they are on the ground. But if you say what should be done to prevent such kind of natural calamities? I think that should be it needs a proper study and scientific study of the whole scenario and why such kind of incidents are happening. It should be it is a work of the experts, I think.
All right. Looking at the other aspects of it, you have just mentioned that Tripura Chief Minister Dr. Manik Saha is on the ground and he's monitoring the situation at ground zero. Well, Tripura has always been a state where there is a lot of political activities and there are blame games from this camp to the other camp. In situations and in times like this, are the political parties also contributing to the safety of the people, and also are the political parties also helping out without any rhyme or reason just to help the people there? Because we've got reports that at least the Tripura Chief Minister is there on ground zero, but we don't see any reports that the CPIM nor the Congress are down there. So according to you, since you're on the ground there, do you see that political parties have come together just to help the people in need?
No, actually, all the MLAs, this is a very critical situation, and
Yes.
most of the MLAs are working in their own constituencies.
Yes.
So, if you ask me, I would say the CPM MLAs are also working in their constituencies. Even yesterday in Agartala, the Congress MLA, Sudeep Rai Burman, he's a very strong leader, also
Yes.
CWC member.
Yes.
So, he has also came out and visited some of the flood affected areas. He has contacted the local administration who can extend help to the people who are in distress. So everybody is doing their bit, and I haven't seen any political party blaming the government this time
Yes.
for not doing anything, or there is no blame game, at least for this purpose. I mean the tackling of the flood situation and all.
All right, that's such an amazing thing to hear, and we actually hope that it is actually also, apart from that, Bangladesh is witnessing something catastrophic in their own country, and Tripura being the closest border, and you share a lot of kilometers of international border with Bangladesh. The administration has doubled up the security. The border security forces have been enforced, or rather they have been put to duty, and then the Tripura police and the Tripura state force, they are put on second and third line of duty. Now, with all the administration gearing up to tackle the flood situation, what do you believe is going to be the situation at the border?
See, most of the bordering areas are also flooded right now. So I don't think there would be any threat of infiltration because of the floods.
Okay.
And the bordering areas of Bangladesh, the bordering areas of Bangladesh are also flooded. I mean, you see Kumilla, which is very close to Tripura borders. It is witnessing a massive floods,
Yes.
and a lot of people have died there also.
Yes.
So in this situation, I don't think there would be any attempts of infiltration. And so far the BSF is concerned, BSF people are working in the bordering areas. The Tripura State Rifles have been placed in the borders as a second line of defense, and they are doing their job. But yes, of course, because the flood situation has arrived, many people, many TSR troopers who are working as SDRF volunteers, they have to move and do the work, the emergency work that they are supposed to do in this crisis.
All right, so Mrinal, through you, we got the information that Tripura administration had called for closure of schools on the 21st and 22nd. At the current time, has the administration given any further updates for schools and colleges, and also what is the administration's next step so that people are safe?
We haven't received any further update on this, but for today the schools are closed.
Yes.
Tomorrow, I don't think the government will be going to open the schools, because the IMD has already also predicted that the rains will continue.
Yes.
So we have to wait and watch for the administration's next step. The government is and most of the schools which have been, where the government schools, they are occupied by the inmates who took shelter there. from crisis situation. So I don't think the schools will be open very shortly if the flood situation is not normalized.
All right, so Minal, at the end, one thing that I would like to ask you, I mean, over the monsoon seasons, we've heard reports from Assam, we've heard reports from Manipur, we've got our own reports from Nagaland. So do you think this is the genesis of the flood situation in Tripura, or has the flood situation actually already started a long time back? And do you believe that the situation is going to come to normal anytime soon?
Actually, see, I think this is a wake up call for Tripura. In a lot of places, dense forests have been destroyed.
Yes.
In many areas, land diversion is a very big problem. So these were reports that we have been getting unofficially, that land diversion is a big issue. A lot of wetland have been converted into flat lands where people can carry out constructions and all. So whenever we convert wetland into for construction, we are inviting floods
Yes.
or any other kind of natural calamity. So this is a very big problem. I think this is the main reason behind the floods, and I think the administration also knows it, and the government will going to look at it very seriously after this situation.
All right, so Mrinal, what you are basically alleging is that 50% of the reason of the Tripura floods is due to man-made problems. Is that true?
Kind of. It is a man-made problem, the floods in Tripura, because we have seen encroachments in the river banks, in the embankments of the rivers.
Yes.
We have seen rivers getting destroyed in Kauai. So all these things have been happening, and this was, I think, the nature's revenge for Tripura. But I think the government and the administration. First of all, politically there should be a very clear approach that we have to address the climate change. Yes. And these floods, which is I think after many people have been saying that after 1993, this is for the first time that one floodgate of the Dumbu Reservoir, which is the biggest hydroelectric project of Tripura, yes, was opened. Two floodgates have been opened. Not opened, it gets automatically opened when the water level crosses the 94-meter mark. So this is after 1993, it's 2024 when the two floodgates got automatically opened. So this is a reason of worry, I think, yes, and the government should very seriously take it up.
All right, thank you so much, Mrinal, for joining us on Live Bulletin and giving us the latest update on Tripura. We hope that wherever you go, you are safe too, and please stay away from the waters. Well, that was our correspondent, Mrinal Banik, who is currently in Agartala, and he just spoke to us, giving us a very detailed ground report on what the situation actually is like. There are about 34,000 people that are currently living in relief camps, and the administration has constructed about 330 plus relief camps for them. Our correspondent Mrinal Banik also informed us that the Chief Minister, or rather Tripura Chief Minister Dr. Manik Saha, is at ground zero, and just yesterday night he had visited flood affected areas and has given assurance to the people that are affected due to the floods caused by the incessant rains that the administration is there to serve them, and that the administration would do anything in their hands so that the people are safe. Mrinal also mentioned a very important point where he stated that maybe half of the reasons that Tripura is actually going through floods is due to man-made problems, and one of them would be land diversions. And with Tripura's thrust for oil palm plantations and the horticulture project, well, I think these are some of the issues that the Tripura government, according to Mrinal Banik, should actually look seriously into so that Tripura doesn't face similar situations in the future. Another startling revelation that our correspondent Mrinal Banik also made was that the water floodgates of the dam were opened only after 1993. That also gives a lot of view and a lot of insight as to why the situation is burgeoning. Well, that was all for this On Live's bulletin. For more updates like this, keep watching Hornbill TV. Goodbye.